home it's 12 degrees.
But it does look really, really good.
10,000 times better.
Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here, and I'm in Southern Florida, riding my 2021 S1000RR for what I think might be the very last time. Because later on this month, we're going to have a random drawing and offer this or our 2019 Aprilia RSV for 1100 factory to one of you awesome people viewing the video. Information on how you might win one of those bikes down below in the description. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. Today, I'm riding with my good buddies Miami Manny and his twin brother, Nima. And they are on my 2021 Kawasaki ZX-10R KRT edition. And Miami Manny up here is on my Honda CBR Fireblade SP. And I'm going to try to do some smackdowns with these gentlemen on this bike and have some fun with it before it's time for me to give it away. Or at least offer it. Because really, I can't see why a person would pick the Aprilia RSV for 1100 factory over this amazing machine. So we know it's fast. We know that it's reliable, haven't had any issues with it over the year. And as I'm going to demonstrate right now, we know this bike is absolutely gorgeous. There are so many parts, awesome parts, installed into this bike that sometimes I forget exactly what's on it. But one of the most recent things we installed was a beautiful carbon fiber windscreen that looks amazing. And when you look down at it, you get to take a look at beautiful raw carbon fiber. Looks amazing. We also upgraded the front brakes to Brembo nickel-plated calipers. We changed out the stock Phillips steering dampener to an Uhlens. Did a lot of stuff to this bike. These awesome blue bleeder valves, and we also have a Brembo master cylinder. And I tell you, this bike now stops on a dime and has a much better feeling than it did when it was stock. But let's take a look at that beautiful Z. One of the most beautiful bikes for 2021 indeed. I mean, that bike is just nicely well done. What I like about that ZX-10 is that Kawasaki didn't wait for the second year of the revised bike being out to offer it with the KRT paint scheme. They did it on the first year. That's great. To me, that kind of looks better, even though I haven't seen it in person yet. It looks better to me than the ZX-10R. Yeah. And then we have the Honda with its beautiful Kramovich exhaust. Totally gorgeous. But we can sit there and stare at those bikes cruising down the highway all day. I don't think that's necessarily what you want to see. I think you want to see smackdowns against those awesome machines. All right, I'm gonna flag you guys. All right, let's get ready. No jumping, Nemo. No jumping. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It was a tie. It was a tie. Yeah. As DJ Khaled would say, another one, another one. I got him again. I got him again. I got him again. I got the wheelie monster. The wheelie monster. I got him again. I got the Honda. I got the Honda clean. A 170-pound rider. Clean. Clean victory. I mean, but that's a fast bike. But this beautiful S1000 build bike is absolutely amazing. And with this new carbon fiber windscreen, I think that's what's making me win so many races today. I'm gonna keep, come on, you want another one? Come take another one. As DJ Khaled would say, another one. All right, clean victories, I love it. No, I'm sorry, that naughty ZX-10. Naughty bike. Oh, poor Zed. Poor Zeddy McFreddy. Poor Zeddy McFreddy.
Spools are being installed, which is going to make it possible for us to put this motorcycle on a rear stand to do the rest of the work. Yeah.
Putting it in your garage and stuff, it doesn't actually take up my space because it sits upright.
Yes.
But for just working on the bikes, it makes it a lot nicer.
It does.
The driveway's a little slanted too.
It's a beautiful driveway though. Beautiful neighborhood. Exceptional weather. Now you can see pictures of me here as I walk around this beautiful bike. Man, it's almost, you're not going to agree, but it's almost too hot. It's in the 80s already here in Miami. And at home it's 12 degrees. So, do you think it's too hot?
No, it's getting nice and warm now. It was cold this morning. You were making fun of me, but
Yeah, you thought it was cold. It was 73 or something.
yeah.
I thought it was absolutely
It's
perfect.
the breeze from the ocean, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just have to excuse the planes because we're right on the flight path of the airport for Miami, so
Yes.
it does get noisy here. Especially now, everyone wants to come to Miami for their holidays, right?
Yeah.
I can't blame them. The weather is
The weather's
gorgeous.
exceptional.
If you
Yeah.
want to come to Miami, don't come in the summertime. Come in the wintertime because summer's too hot and too wet. So there's the spools on there.
Nice. It's a great mod. A little small mod like that makes a big difference.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's actually crash protection,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. Especially with spools, because if you run big, like giant crash protection pieces that go onto the spools on the swing arms,
Yes.
these tabs break off easily.
Yes.
So you don't want to put something on there that is going to drag or something if you go down on the bike, because last thing you want is a broken tab on your swing arm. It could actually crack the swing arm too. So that's why we always run these little small stuff, just enough to lift the bikes,
Yes.
and that's it. We don't run crash protectors on the spools.
Okay.
We're just doing this to get to the connector of the Fender eliminator kit. I already have that loose. It's just 4 bolts under the tail.
Yep.
So with the BMW and the Ducati, they've made it easy that if you want to get on the track and if you want to remove your fender for whatever reason, if you've ever kept that on the bike, you just unplug it and the whole thing comes off. But with the Kawasaki, I guess it's still under the seat here somewhere. Well, the connectors are under the ECU cover. That's what we're trying to get to right now. So now that the seat is out, we can start taking the rear upper cowl off. I think that's where we're headed to.
Okay. I think it's a reasonable guess.
This is the mystery. I'm sure someone's going to be watching and saying, it's not the way you do it. A trial and error, right?
Yep. Best way to learn.
So what we did was we took all the bolts out and these push pins out for the rear tail fairings, so that we got some room. We're trying to take this ECU cover off. 2 bolts here and 2 bolts in the back. Removing those bolts gives us enough room to kind of get the fairings out of the way so that we could take this off. Because apparently the connector for the fender eliminator, or the fender itself, is under here.
This thing's getting disassembled pretty nicely.
Yeah, we're one step closer to getting this. The problem is the connectors inside. So the connectors are on the left side of the bike, and there's very little room to get these things out. But there you go, as you see.
It's out!
Yeah.
Finally.
It's the perfect place to do it, right? Plastic surgery, Miami.
Oh, yes. That's funny.
So now what we got to do is, I'll show you the fender eliminator so you can compare. This is pretty much,
Wow.
has a license plate light in there, turn
Yes.
signals.
Yes.
So what we got to do is we're going to dissect this, take the wiring out. I think we got to do some wiring work. It doesn't look like to be plug and play, but that's not a
Yes.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get that all wired up, put it back on, and that's it.
All right. Almost done.
Yeah, just putting it back together. We have everything on there right now.
Let's take a look.
Looks much better. Well, once we put the fairings back on, it's going to
Oh,
look
yeah.
even much better.
Yeah. Was it pretty much plug and play?
No, not really. So with the ZX-10 Fender eliminator kits with the NRC, you have to do some wiring work.
Okay.
But with the 21 model, we actually have to use some other hardware that wasn't supplied.
Okay.
We used some different spacers and longer bolts for it, but the wiring works up with it, and it looks like it should. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Well, much better than the factory Fender. It's kind of, I'm not used to riding around bikes that have the fenders on. That's the first thing I change on my own. But
Yes.
the viewers can be the judge on how good that looks. I think
I
it
think
looks perfect.
it's beautiful. It really is.
A lot of work to get to it too. Also, the wiring is really hidden all in the fairings. You gotta take this cover piece off of here too, the ECU cover.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's just if you're not used to taking plastics off, I can see why some people might be afraid because they don't want to break the plastics.
Yes.
But it looks really good.
Yeah, it's well worth the effort. Would you say about hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah, probably, if I were to do it again, now that I know how to do it, an hour. The only thing is that the wiring works, so I like to solder all the wires. I don't like to use any kind of tap connectors or anything like that. So if you don't have a solder in handy,
Yeah.
it depends on how you want to do it, but I'd rather solder it.
Yes.
But I think an hour and a half should be doable.
Yeah.
The plastics weren't that hard for it to come off either, though. I was a little afraid because with Ducatis and stuff, sometimes they have clips here and there, and they have double-sided tape. Now the BMW is doing that too.
Yes.
So unless you know where to pull it, it kind of is a little cringeworthy, let's say. But this was, it's gonna look good once it's together. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, me too.
It's finally done.
It looks great.
Yeah, that rear seat or the rider's seat is a little tricky on the Kawasaki. Is not used to it.
Yes.
I think Zach also got a little angry. Not as angry as I did, I guess, but yeah, here it is. Just a few notes. So you're gonna have to run relays when you run this.
Okay.
We haven't put the relay on. There's a little bit of hyper flashing, but still you can tell that it's signaling.
Yes.
Plate light's working. It's kind of sunny, you can't see it, but
Yep.
trust me, it is there.
It works.
But it does look really, really good.
10,000 times better.
Yeah, I like that. It kind of the pointy bit matches the whole back of the bike.
Matches it brilliantly.
Yeah.
Great.
If you want to stay legal, I think it's one of the nicer ones that are out there.
Yes.
And also the reason why you probably keep asking why do we not ever use integrated taillights is because this is so small. You can't really tell if you're signaling right or left when you have an integrated taillight. But when you have these, even though it's hyper flashing, it's probably getting more attention now. You could clearly tell if it's right or left, and that's the reason.
Makes sense.
Yeah, integrated taillight will look cleaner, but I think at a point we want to be a little more on the safe side as well, so the other motorists know, or your riding friends.
Yes.
But that's it.
That looks great. Totally cleaned it up back there.
I'm gonna add one more piece though.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna use this.
Oh, yes.
The
It's
TWN
got
fuel
green.
cap.
Yes.
Just because I had to put fuel in this yesterday. I do not like taking the key out and putting in the gas cap.
Me neither. And on the Honda, it's really bad because it's keyless, so you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
dig that key out of your pocket.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, I guess you gotta take your gloves off anyways, but
Yeah.
it just makes it a hassle. I'm not used to it, and these pieces look great. It's really easy.